Welcome everybody, my name is Michael and today we're discussing about Ethereum. So, Ethereum gas fees have gone up quite a bit. Oh yeah, so recently 2,300%. You're seeing an average Ethereum gas fee being over $50. That is insane. Now, granted, we did have a new all-time high for Ethereum, and it was well over $4,400, and we're still in a fantastic position for Ethereum currently. So, demand has gone up, especially this past week. There was a big event, and of course, as with any new event, you're going to have a lot of old timers who are going to get excited, but you're also going to have newbies who hear about this, and they're like, oh, my friend owns Ethereum. The news is talking about Ethereum. This big event's happening. Let me buy. And every single person you have who purchases, that is adding to the congestion. Every person who is utilizing, that is adding to the congestion. And then, of course, you have the silly things adding to the congestion. You have DeFi and NFTs and all these dApps and everything. Yes, that's not helping either. So, what can we do? And what was this big event? Let's chat about it right now. So it was an upgrade. It was named Altair. Anyways, it went live on Wednesday, and the average fee for Ethereum was recorded as of today, $51.45. Wow, that is up over 2,293% since June. And it is October. Oh, by the way, Halloween's coming up, so happy Halloween. It's the weekend, so I'm sure some people may have gone trick-or-treating. Maybe you went trick-or-treating. I don't know. We're all getting older, so just out of curiosity, when's the last time you were trick-or-treating? I don't know. For me, it was like, 7, 8, 9 years ago? Maybe even more, much more. Anyways, so Altair went live, and all the news, everybody was getting hyped up about it. Of course, the price of Ethereum went up. So people got super excited and they wanted a share of Ethereum. And every single person who wanted it added to the demand. Hence, the fees grew to an astonishing $51.45, where I remember they were just a couple dollars. Now, of course, it hasn't been a couple dollars in quite a long time, but it kind of is getting a little tricky because you're going to have a lot of newbies that are trying to send transactions worth $20 and they can't. And you're going to have people trying to publish NFTs and suddenly they're going negative because their NFT that is going to cost them $100 to produce because of gas fees and whatnot. It just doesn't make sense. So let's go through some numbers here. Currently, we're at $4,368.88 for the price of Ethereum on the eve of Halloween 31st. So, right now, the fees are above $50. 7 days ago, the lowest we saw was around $21, $22. The beginning of this month, also, we started off around the 20s, $21, $22, $23. Now, just a couple of days ago, we saw some crazy numbers, and on the 15th, we had fees double, up from suddenly $21, $22, $23 to $45. And most recently, we surged above $50 and even hitting well over, because this is the average. This is the average. You have to consider that the average is 51. So we are hitting well over that. You're going to have some crazy figures. You're going to have some people who are paying $100 or more in gas fees. And when the average keeps moving up, it is something definitely to consider. Now, hopefully, with massive periods of congestion, there's also going to be periods where not that many people are using them because they've been pushed away from Ethereum. So they want to hold off and maybe sell at a different day or use it or send a transaction later. But I've noticed that usually on the weekends and usually late at night for America, the gas fees are a little bit better. Now, this week is kind of crazy, so maybe just see on, Sunday in a couple of hours, Sunday at 3:15 in the morning, something like that. See if the fees are a little bit better. Possibly. I'm sure they've already dropped down a little bit from the peak not too long ago. So Altair is facilitating the transition to Ethereum 2.0, which is going to lead to greener pastures. It literally is going to supposedly be greener, faster, better, just cheaper in general. So that's going to be good, because the end goal of Ethereum is to reduce these fees. And the demand, despite what's going on, obviously we know that in the future, since this problem keeps arising, there's only one resolution. If Ethereum is to hit $10,000 or above, maybe some far off future, we have Ethereum hitting 50 or 100K and Bitcoin hitting $1 million and super cycles and whatnot. We have to remember that the same problem that's happening with Bitcoin and some of these other large cryptocurrencies, as the demand grows for them, the congestion also gets not too good. So with that, the average person is not going to be paying $500 to send a $5 transaction. It just doesn't make sense. We don't even want to pay $5 for a $20 transaction. That still doesn't make sense unless it's just, let's say, a specific type of transaction where you're sending money to somebody, you hate PayPal, you've been blocked by PayPal, it's an international transaction, by the time the banks get it, blah, 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 okay, whatever. So there's these case-by-case scenarios. But in normal cases, it just doesn't make sense to send when it's high fees. And the only people benefiting from this are the millionaires who don't care. Oh, whatever, it's $100 in gas fees. Well, I'm sending $200 million. And it's a lot cheaper than the bank, so I don't care. Yeah, these millionaires, they won't be affected if the gas fees are $1,000. Yeah, it'll hurt the pocket a little bit more if they're making a lot of these $1 million transactions, but they're still able to do this on a daily basis with NFTs, that you see these massive gas fees. You also see these absurd prices where people are willing to pay millions of dollars. So anyways, congestion is not getting too good. The fees are growing, the demand is growing, and sure, we're almost about to hit 5,000 Ethereum, potentially by the end of this year, potentially next month. So a lot of people are excited with this upgrade, and the upgrade is getting us closer to Ethereum 2.0 and proof of stake and all this. But we've had quite a bouncy ride ever since, the London hard fork and all that. So one thing is, we have to hope that Vitalik Buterin and his team are able to reduce the fees, get us into Ethereum 2.0 nice and safely. And despite the demand, the growing demand, it's always going to be growing over the next couple of years, over the next 10 years. Despite that, Ethereum 2.0 by itself won't resolve all of this, because these fees are still not at a place where they should be. Where they should be is when we look to Ripple or these other cryptocurrencies, where, sure, some people might have some problems with Ripple or whatever, but I'm just giving an example here. The transaction fees should be under $1 at least, potentially even just a couple cents. It doesn't make sense. Just looking at the list, we have a long list. Obviously, Ripple, Stellar Lumens, Litecoin, BCH, Ethereum Classic, even Dogecoin, although the fees are still high. Cardano. You got a lot of options to choose from here. Monero, EOS, Tron, a long time ago, Dash. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Check out the stars tonight. It's tough to see, but wow.